For more than 50 years,
what NASA believes happened on the solid rocket booster.
The hot flow of plasma.
Jay Barbree chronicled America's race to space.
50 years of spaceflight cannot.
An every man mission.
Appointed top space officials.
155 in all. He was NBC's voice from Cape Canaveral.
We just got the official word from Mercury Control. All systems are go.
Setting a record no other journalist can claim.
3, 2,
May 5th, 1961.
liftoff.
Freedom 7 hurtles into space carrying Alan Shepard, the first American to go so high and so fast.
People here literally fell to their knees and prayed as this man took off. They stopped wherever they were.
In his book, Live from Cape Canaveral, Jay recalls, "We had never seen a man disappearing into bright sunlight, a single point of silvery flame leaving Earth. It was one of the few times Jay was ever speechless." Within a week of that launch,
we choose to go to the moon.
America's young president would raise the stakes.
Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
I came down here with the idea that I thought, well, we're going to go to the moon. I want to be part of it.
While reporting on the success and failures of the early rocket launches, Jay set his sights on a job with NBC News.
This is great, balls of fire.
I wrote a one-paragraph letter to William R. McAndrew, who was the executive vice president of news then, and just simply said, "Dear Mr. McAndrew, cannot understand why the nation's #1 network doesn't have a reporter at this internationally hot dateline. My services are available."
Days later, on July 21st, 1958, Jay joined the NBC network on the space beat.
T-minus 25 seconds.
30 seconds and counting. All systems are go at this time.
All
This is
systems
Mercury
are
Control.
go.
It was the most exciting place in the world, and the average age was 27 at the time. I was 24, and when I started with NBC.
Jake, will you take over, please?
We got it back in the control room here, Merrill, and he is now approaching what we call maximum Q. That is where the aerodynamic pressures are the greatest on the Atlas rocket and his spacecraft.
This is Mercury Control.
He was part of our team when John Glenn headed into orbit in Friendship 7.
Everything looks fine. It is normal at this time.
Out of all the missions, it remains at the top of Jay's list.
What it took for a man like John Glenn, with his character, to climb aboard that spacecraft and to ride it into orbit was really something.
Jay identified with the 7 young pilots turned astronauts in the Mercury program, and he respected their can-do, hands-on approach to their missions.
These guys, the Mercury 7 astronauts, they came in, they went out, they kicked the tires on these rockets, they crawled on board, they flew them. They took chances that, of course, they don't take today.
A great deal of cheering and clapping here in Mission Control.